Hi, my name is Denny Kukler. I'm the Neighbor Network Coordinator at First English Lutheran Church, and I wanted to share a little bit about the disciplines of communion today and taking time to have some quiet with God. When my kids were homeschooling in the 2020-2021 school year, they started each day of Kukler Academy by reviewing their I am statements. These were statements that each kid wrote about themselves. Some of Ruby's included, I am strong, I am kind, I am colorful, I am creative. And some of Margot's were, I am helpful, I'm a friend, I am glittery, I am positive. And both girls ended their list of I am statements with, I am a beloved child of God. How powerful for them to be able to begin each day like this, to not only think it, but to take the time to say it out loud. These are all the things we are. We are beloved children of God. And this wasn't something that they learned from me. This was something that their teacher, Miss E, had showed them. And she instilled this discipline in them, that they would do this every day. And it became so ingrained in their routine that on the few days that Mom was the teacher, they would stop me because I would just start jumping into whatever the lesson was, and they would remind me, no, Mom, we have to start with our I am statements first. That's what we do. So we started using this discipline in a little bit different way now that the girls are getting a little bit older, and they're starting to experience challenges with friends and with feelings. One of the traits my girls have taken from me is telling myself an untruth when something is going the way I don't want it to. I'm quick to tell myself that I'm a failure, or I'm terrible at something, or I'm never going to figure it out. And I didn't realize this until I started hearing similar comments from my girls. And it's so painful to hear them say these untruths about themselves. Now, when I do, I try to stop immediately and ask them out loud, is that true? Are you really the worst? Fill in the blank. And their response, often through teary eyes and snotty noses, is, no, I'm not. And then I ask them, so what are you then? And this is where the discipline comes in. They have learned to say, and not only say it, but to believe, to know. They say out loud, I am a beloved child of God. For me, 2022 has whipped by so fast. And I'm getting better at it now, but for the first few months, after things really started to open up again, after everything was shut down, and I dare say become a little bit more normal, I found myself flaking out on appointments all the time and not being where I was supposed to be when I was supposed to be there because I was so used to having just nothing on the calendar. During that time that we had nothing on the calendar, our family created a routine or a discipline to fill our days when we didn't have multiple events going on. One of these disciplines was to read the Bible with our kids every single night. And these few minutes together with each other and with God were life-giving. There was nothing motivating us to do this, but we were disciplined. This was what we did now. This is what we did now. We didn't question it. If it did seem like we might miss a night, just like the I am statements, the girls would remind us, it's time to read the Bible. Lately, things have been feeling pretty chaotic for me. I feel like I'm just literally running from one thing to the next. And I'm finding that I am really struggling being in the moment instead of thinking about the 80 gazillion things that I need to do or where I need to be next. And so I've been thinking about this, and it dawned on me that while somehow I've made time for all the things, but what I've let fall is the discipline of making time for the Word, making time for God. We still read the Bible together as a family, but admittedly, it's farther and fewer between than we had when we were so disciplined doing it every single day. We become much less disciplined, and because of that, more disconnected. When we don't have that intentional time, we don't hear and share with our kids what we're thankful for and we don't hear and share what our worries are, what our concerns are, and we don't give those to God, we're really missing out. But when we make that time for God, it's a gift. It's a time for us in our busyness to sit together in peace and grace and the knowing and the reminding that we are beloved children of God. For so long, for most of my life, I didn't know that. I didn't know I was a beloved child of God. For me, I wish it wasn't something that I so easily forget now. I wish that message wasn't the one that is deleted when all these other things become inputs in my life. But I think remembering to take part in the discipline of intentionally taking the time to be quiet and be in relationship with God gives me the chance to directly hear it from God. I am a beloved child of God.